Many musicians share fond memories of a first piano recital coiffed, quiffed, and ready for 1 part charm, 2 parts humiliation. Others smile while remembering the first Eric Einstein song they clunked out on their brother's hand-me-down guitar. Gili Yalo's first performance took place atop his father's shoulders in the middle of the desert. His repertoire, the familiar village songs with which his mother lulled him to sleep. Be the first to know, join our Facebook page. Function, D, S, ID, var JS, fjs equal D get elements tag name, S, 0, if, D get element bid, ID, return, JS equal D createlment, S, JS.id equal ID, JSSRC equal / connect facebook.net/n_us/ all JS number XFBML equal 1 and app ID equal 1634148068997, FJS parent node insert before, JS, FJS, document, script, Facebook JS SDK, his audience, a group of Ethiopian wanderers losing hope by the minute. The trek from Ethiopia to Sudan was long, especially for a 4-year-old. Yalo was recounting Operation Moses, the evacuation of Ethiopian Jews from Sudan during the 1984 famine to the Promised Land. We had no electricity in our village, Yalo explained. So I never heard the music of the world back then, only the live music my mother sang to me. Yalo's mother was not a musician by trade, rather a musician by necessity. In Ethiopia, especially in the smaller villages, music was a way of life. While the men went to war, the women sang and drummed to uplift their spirits, he said. Boxed off from the world in a Sudanese refugee camp, Yalo, too, sought to uplift the spirits of his suffering beloved ones. After finally reaching Israel and settling in safety, his horizon was broadened, and an affinity for Yonatan paired with a class trip, a crowded school bus and a crappy microphone landed him an audition with Perche Yerushalayim, the Jerusalem Boys Choir. Yalo recalled, I went to the audition, sang the same song, and the manager asked me if I had a passport. I told him that sadly I did not, to which he responded, well, go get yourself one, because in 2 weeks you're coming with us to Paris. The choir toured everywhere from Los Angeles to Germany and beyond, and with each new place Yalo visited, the 9-year-old choir boy gained greater insight into the world's cultural vastness. Touring made me realize that the world is so much bigger than Israel. He continued, I also learned that you don't have to limit yourself to one single mindset. There are other cultures, other possibilities, and understanding that opens up your mind to the people who are different from you. The music you're not used to hearing. While his cultural exposure grew, his pride for his own culture diminished. The Ethiopian culture wasn't fashionable, Yalo explained. Teachers would yell at me for speaking Amharic, classmates would call me names, telling me to go back to the jungle. I was ashamed of the food, the traditional clothing. I thought Ethiopians were primitive, while Israelis seemed so sophisticated. Why, then, is the fashionably flawless Yalo standing before me in a vibrant blue and orange button, down, laden with the geometric patterns of traditional Ethiopian garb? And why are Selam and Africa, the first 2 singles released off his debut self-titled solo album, teeming with Ethiopian motifs, grooves and landscapes? It's in my DNA, he shared without hesitation. The real turning point, however, stemmed from an incident that happened about 10 years ago in Kiryat Malachi, when the owners of an apartment building refused to rent or sell to Ethiopian Jews. Yalo had experienced racism before, but never at this scale.